Our top story, Pakistan has raised the K-bogey with the United States. Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who is on a visit to the United States, has sought a third-party intervention in the Kashmir issue. But despite Pakistan's bid to internationalize this issue, the United States has refused to intervene. In a joint statement, United States and Pakistan expressed concern over violence along the line of control, but there was no mention of two dossiers allegedly submitted by Pakistan against India. The joint statement also emphasized on importance of a dialogue between the neighbors to resolve all outstanding issues, territorial and others. Sharif, who met US President Barack Obama, also reiterated Pakistan's resolve to take action against UN-designated terrorist groups. Earlier, Pakistani Prime Minister had raised the K-bogey at the United Nations General Assembly in September. We've got Kaswar Kalasara joining us from Islamabad and Gaurav Sawant joining us from the national capital. Let me come across to you first, Kaswar, because it involves the Prime Minister of your country. He tried desperately to raise the Kashmir issue with the United States, seeking a third-party intervention. He has had to eat dust. Kaswar, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Kaswar, if you could tell us a little about how Pakistan's strategy of internationalizing Kashmir seems to have collapsed.
Yes, Nawaz Sharif, during his meeting with President Barack Obama last night, they have pushed Americans for third-party intervention across between Pakistan and India. The main point between the two sides were the President, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has asked President Barack Obama to intervene between India and Pakistan, and the focus was on Kashmir issue and the line of control. So what we have been told that Pakistani side has pushed American president to interfere between Pakistan and India to play a role of superpower to diffuse the tension between the two South Asian nuclear powers. So formally Pakistan has asked United States to jump into the bilateral issue and on the Kashmir issue and across the line of control, so forth. So this was, we can say that it was the prime agenda of the meeting between Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and President Barack Obama.
That's right. Kaswar, many thanks for joining us. Do stay on though, because it'll be interesting for you to hear the perspective, the Indian perspective, because Nawaz Sharif in his statement also to the press post this meeting mentioned India in some capacity, and we'll play that reaction out in just a short moment from now. Gaurav Sawant is also with us. Morning, Gaurav. How do you look at this attempt by Pakistan to internationalize Kashmir, and also a very mature response from the United States on that attempt?
Well, it's a major snub for Pakistan, a complete disaster as far as Pakistan is concerned, because they tried to not only raise the Kashmir bogey again, they also, gave 3 dossiers on alleged Indian involvement in terrorism in Pakistan, in Balochistan and other areas of Pakistan, and that was a complete disaster because the US did not even acknowledge those dossiers. There was a briefing by the Foreign Office in the United States, the State Department, and repeated questions were posed about these dossiers, and the US did not respond to them. Now, before meeting Barack Obama, Nawaz Sharif also met Secretary Kerry. Again, these issues were raised, but all the US has told Pakistan is to bilaterally sort out all issues with India and to go after designated global terrorists, and designated global terrorists on Pakistani soil are both Hafiz Mohammed Saeed, living in Pakistan, leading Eid prayers from the Gaddafi Mosque in Lahore, and also Dawood Ibrahim. Pakistan has been told by the US that you have to go after these designated global terrorists. That is something that Pakistan will now have to do. It's been a complete failure as far as Pakistan is concerned on trying to internationalize either Kashmir or so-called Indian-sponsored terror in Pakistan. Sanket.
Stay on with us. Mr. Qamar Agha now joins us, strategic affairs expert. He joins us this morning. Mr. Agha, how do you look at this snub? Because it seems to be a major diplomatic win as far as India is concerned, because it has been able to counter pressure or put counter pressure on Pakistan via the US on issues like cracking down on terror groups. Now many could argue whether Pakistan is actually going to do that or not.
You see, there are three things. First thing, it's a total disaster as far as Pakistan is concerned. Talks between the two have virtually failed. Not only failed, but also the Americans are now pressurizing Pakistan to go after all these designated terrorists. The second thing, United States and international community basically recognizes that Kashmir or issues between India and Pakistan are bilateral, and they also have recognized that we have a treaty with Pakistan, that is Shimla Agreement, and that was reiterated by India and Pakistan in Lahore Declaration. So they believe that this is a bilateral issue and should be settled between the two through negotiations. They're insisting negotiations, and this is the basis, that's why the United Nations, the Great Britain, or United States and other big powers, not, refusing to intervene into the Kashmir issue or any other bilateral dispute between the two countries. Then third thing, Pakistan is also, blaming India for all its problems, whether the bombing in a school or whether what is happening in Balochistan or other issues, So these are the issues, these are the problems, which has been created by Pakistan. It is recognized by the international community. These are the outcomes of the terrorism, which is going on for a very long time. And international community also recognizes, that Pakistan is an epicenter of terrorism. From here, it has spread all over the world. So Pakistan is not only in United States but other countries also.
Absolutely.
So that is a major, defeat as far as Pakistan.
Absolutely. Mr. Aga, just want you to stay on the phone line because I want you to listen to what Mr. Nawaz Sharif said post this meeting. It seems that this has become some sort of a fashion for Pakistan to blame India for everything. Even the failure of these talks were blamed on India. Let's listen into what Nawaz Sharif said post the failure, complete breakdown of talks between Pakistan and the US.
बदकिस्मती से भारतीय रवैये ने हमारी इस ख्वाहिश की हौसला शिकनी की है। सारी दुनिया जानती है कि दोनों ममालिक के दरमियान कशीदगी की बुनियादी जड़ मसला कश्मीर है। अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा ने इस मसले के हल के लिए रायशुमारी कराने की करारदादें भी मंजूर कर रखी हैं। अगर हम संजीदगी से अपने ताल्लुकात में बेहतरी लाना चाहते हैं तो कश्मीर के मसले को हल करना होगा।
The United States and Pakistan have a long-standing relationship, work and cooperate not just on security matters but also on economic and scientific and educational affairs, and we're looking forward to using this meeting as an opportunity to further deepen the relationship between the United States and Pakistan. I should note that we have an extraordinary Pakistani-American community that is helping to build this country.
Now, let me go across to Kaswar Kalasra, who's there with us from Islamabad. Kaswar, you heard the statement of Nawaz Sharif, then the statement of Barack Obama. Apart from those diplomatic pleasantries that are often exchanged, you saw very clearly, the US President mentioned that the cooperation is going to be economic in nature, but the US in its briefing also said that it wants Pakistan to crack down on the terror units that are operating from its soil. So while Pakistan might have had something totally different on its agenda, it has been sent back. It has literally been sent back with pretty much what the world thinks of Pakistan, a hub of terror.
You have rightly said, but one thing is very clear that Nawaz Sharif has played his cards very well during this meeting. So, as you have rightly said that the failure of talks was put in the Indian code, that Pakistan has blamed that the NSA talks were the complete failure and just because of Indians. And also they raised the issue on Kashmir and then Indians meddling in Balochistan as well. So it was one story. And as far as your question is concerned, definitely American side has reservation in Pakistan as well. And as you have rightly mentioned, that they said the Pakistan need to do more to tackle down on terrorism in Pakistan as well. And there was a talk of economic cooperation in Pakistan as well. So what I think, the Pakistani Prime Minister was very clear. He just took the opportunity of this visit to get hard on Indian side. So he was very much clear to make use of this opportunity to blame India for everything. And he was, of course, taking with him 4 dossiers as well. So what I believe, it was an opportunity for Pakistani side, and Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif played very well. His team was very well prepared, and they did great job for Pakistani perspective. So on the other hand, US President Barack Obama has not given a green signal to Pakistani on the cooperation which they were seeking as well. So there was a talk of some Pakistan. There was talk of some other issues as well. As you have rightly pointed out, that the President Barack Obama has also asked Pakistani side to do more to trackle down terrorist sanctuaries in Pakistan as well. So it was a mixed response from American president. So the one thing is very much clear, that you have rightly pointed out, Pakistan played its card very well, and I can say that it was the Prime Minister.
No, that's Kaswar, that does not seem to be the perspective, or that's not how the world is actually looking at this, because had Pakistan played the cards well, it would have come out with some sort of a solution. However, it has come out with a snub from the US president, and it's very clear in black and white as to where the world stands, particularly the most powerful country in the world stands, as far as Pakistan is concerned, as far as Pakistan's position on Kashmir is concerned, and as far as terror camps in Pakistan are concerned. So it's all in black and white post this particular meeting, which Pakistan wanted to be diverted towards a particular agenda, but that did not happen. Thanks very much, Kaswar Kalasara, as well as all the others, for joining us this morning.